Hello, hey there, this is Benjamin. So, in this video, I just want to share with you my story about the first time I went for a HIV test. As maybe you may be aware, today is the World AIDS Day, and I want to share with you this story so that you can know that I too, maybe with you, have gone through this situation. And I remember it was a few years ago, I decided to go for a HIV test. The reason why I decided to do it is because the lady that I was dating at that time, there was a rumor. Actually, some of the rumor came from my own family members and her own family members that she was living with HIV. And I got very worried because we were in a long distance relationship. And that made me really scared. Then it happened. I don't know if when you get these rumors, you hear that maybe the person you're dating or your partner is already sick, then you begin, I don't know, from nowhere, you begin falling sick. So once I received the rumors, first of all, I brushed them off because I believed that she was safe, even though I had never tested myself all my life and we had never even talked about the HIV. So a few days later on, after the rumors, I began falling sick. I remember I caught a cold and then all of a sudden I started losing weight. I don't know why. Then it became so intense because the rumors were piling up and I was getting more worried about what if I'm sick. Then I remember on one Monday when I was almost losing it out because since I received those rumors, for about 2 weeks, I was getting sick and sicker, and I don't know, I was just not feeling myself. And every food that I was eating, every time I went to the toilet, it was just really bad. So on a Monday, I go to the hospital, a public hospital. I reach there, I go to the HIV section, the testing section. When I arrived there, I found a number of people seated there, both men and women. And sadly speaking, all their faces looked so miserable. I just entered, I didn't say hello to anyone, and then I sat in the queue waiting for my turn to enter into the room to be counseled and to be tested. Then the man that I was sitting next to was coughing all the time. He had a cough. So that again scared me so much. But one by one, people were getting inside. After 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes at most, they come out and they leave. Finally, it was my time. So I got inside. Then I met this lady. She was very friendly and motherly and smiling, and she looked really jovial. She welcomed me inside, and then she asked me if it was my first time. Then I told her, yeah, this is my first time. Then she went through the questions. What if you are positive? What will you do? Who will you tell first? And suddenly I thought that was a very tough question, and I just looked at her and I said, I think the first person I will disclose this news to is my mother. She asked me why, and I say because I love my mother and I think she will not judge me. She will be the first one to accept me with this condition. After the counseling, then she prepared. She wore her gloves and got ready to take blood out of my body and do the testing. And then I remember I just stood up and I told her, no, I cannot do this. It's hard for me to accept the results. I'm not ready to do this test. And then she was still friendly. She told me, okay, take your time, go back home, relax. And when you feel you're really, really relaxed, come back here. You will still get me here. Even if it means a few days from now or a few weeks from now, come back and do your test. I stood, I left the building, then I went back home. The journey going back home, I was still questioning myself. If I tested and I found that I'm negative, things would be okay. My mind will be at peace. But why did I refuse? I was so scared. I was very worried about the results. And I went back home. I stayed. Now that was a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. By Wednesday, I was really, really sick. Then I got a boil, which is a very painful condition you would never want to experience. When I got a boil, it was so painful. The boil was so painful, but the worry that what if this is the condition, that this is why I'm getting through all this, because I couldn't sleep. In those 3 days after I left the hospital, I was not able to sleep. And finally, on Thursday, so 4 days later on, I decided to go back to the hospital. I couldn't wait for even 1 week. So I went back to the hospital. I met again a different group of people waiting to be tested. And then one by one they got inside, and finally I got inside. Now inside, once I got inside, I met a younger lady, younger than me at that time, who knew my ex-girlfriend. They were friends. So you can imagine the situation. So I was very worried if she could test me, find out that I am living with HIV, and maybe tell my ex-girlfriend. I don't know how I got the courage. I closed my eyes. The 15 minutes to wait for the results were the longest in my life. And then finally, she told me, look at your results. Would you like, no, she asked me, would you like me to see the results on your behalf, or you want to do it by yourself? I told her I will do it by myself. And then when I saw the results, I saw that I was HIV negative. I couldn't believe it. I remember I hugged her and she told me, hey, Benjamin, take care of yourself. Now that you're safe, remain safe as much as you can. A number of years have passed. I've gone for tests several times, and every time I even still go there, even though I know that I've not done anything wrong, I still freak out. It's very scary. Stigma is real, and more importantly, people, or you who is watching this video, maybe you're very scared to do it. I encourage you as a man or as a woman, this is important for you, even though you are in a relationship, committed relationship, or you are just doing casual friendship. It's very, very satisfying to know your HIV situation. So take a step, do it for yourself, share this video to a friend or a family member. And if for you who is watching this video is not to offend you, even though that you're living with HIV. I've had interviews with some of friends who follow my shows that are actually living with the HIV. I've even had my own family members. So I pray for you. I wish you nothing but the best. Remember to stick to your medication, and more importantly, embrace this journey and inform others to be prepared and to accept the situation. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have a nice day. God bless you.